Hello and welcome back to Rarars Adventures. If you've only just joined us and would like to support the channel, please hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Ding, ding. It's all free and it will help support the work we're doing.
Yes.
So today we thought it would be a good idea to do an interview with Tara.
That's me. You all know me.
Yes, we obviously all know you. And we thought it would be a good idea because obviously Tara's got disabilities, so
It's not something that we've done. We've base touched on it, but we haven't gone into detail.
yes.
And it's that saying, don't do something that you're not prepared to do yourself. So we thought we'd do this.
Yes. So Tara.
Hello.
Hello. Fancy seeing you here.
Fancy.
So what conditions do you have?
Well, I have a lot. I have so many that I had to write them down because I have so many, basically. And I don't want to miss any out.
No.
You know?
You probably will be, but
I probably
we
will.
can always throw them in at a later
Probably
date.
will. I have adhesions, I have type 2 diabetes, I have PTSD, I have depression, I have incontinence with my bladder, I suffer with a lot of spasms, I have asthma.
So when was your condition first diagnosed?
My condition mainly started from 2007, but originally started when I was about 12 years old. 11 years old, when I had to have my appendix out. But in 2007 I had a laparoscopy to investigate endometriosis, is that correct?
Close enough. Endometriosis.
Yeah, on
Close
my
enough.
ovaries. But they didn't look at my notes, so as far as we could tell, obviously we can't say that for fact, but they blame this on the reason why my bowel got perforated.
And the worst thing of all that was the fact, well, apart from everything else, she didn't have endometriosis anyway. So it was
No.
all needn't have happened.
No,
I didn't know that at the time.
but we don't know if the pain was caused from the adhesions from having the first stop,
Exactly, quite well.
but
Possibly.
it happened. So in 2011 my bowel got perforated, didn't get recognised, got sent home, and then we got rushed in to A&E, ambulance and everything. And obviously I don't remember too much, but
It was horrendous.
touch and go. Hubby got told to call the family in because they wasn't sure if I was going to pull
50-50.
through.
Could go either way. It was
Yeah.
awful.
And then when I did wake up, I had tubes and monitors everywhere else on the
High dependency.
high dependent unit. So that was when adhesions got first introduced. About 6 months afterwards, I started getting lots of pain, and had to go in hospital, get lots of checks, and that's when they said I got adhesions.
And all this, you were only 23, 22?
2.
Yeah, when we
Yeah.
all-
So it was, and me and Hubby only just got together at this point, and I made a point of saying, look, if you don't want to be with me, I totally understand, go.
Oh, I
And he
didn't know
didn't,
that.
yeah.
Oh, bless him.
And he didn't, he stayed, because he's lovely.
Rock.
Yeah. That all happened, quite traumatic.
Awful.
And then they did a couple of operations in between that to do try and reduce the adhesions because of the amount of pain it was causing. And then in 2007 they said that they wanted to do a full hysterectomy because the adhesions were getting really bad and they needed to try and make room, basically try and clear the adhesions and make room. So we had that, and when they did the op, they found that all my fallopian tubes and that were blocked up completely from adhesions anyway, so I'd never have been able to have children, full stop. So that was 2011, so I was still quite young, so that was the next crunch. It was like, no, you never have children, Also, you got other options, but we didn't choose that. We chose fur babies.
Yes.
Yeah. And obviously, from the first stop, 2011, that caused a lot of mental health problems. I've got PTSD, depression. I wouldn't go out at all for about 6 months, maybe longer. I wouldn't leave the house.
Isn't that why you got the fur babies?
That is when we got Tigger to try and encourage me, to force me to go out.
Which worked.
It did. So yeah, what was the question?
What conditions do you have?
Yeah, so that is all about the adhesions. So obviously that led on to other conditions. So the adhesions then started. Obviously I was having problems. Because of the perforated bowel, my bowel went like a funnel. So it was my small bowel is the size of a pencil. So it causes lots of bowel movement problems. And where the adhesions have grown and keep growing.
You've got an overactive growing thing, haven't you? Where they grow abnormally.
Yeah, they
That's your
grow
adhesions.
really quick. Yeah, and every time you have a surgery, it resets it. It starts it growing again, no matter what surgery it is. So the bladder is obviously smothered in adhesions. They tried doing Botox, which worked for a little while. But then the needle wouldn't go through the adhesions to the bladder, so they had to stop that. So now I have a lot of incontinence with my bladder because of the pressure of adhesions. So like when you're busting for a wee, normally you can hold it. Mine starts proper spasming and I just
Doubles
make a
up.
mess. Yeah. So yeah, I've got that, and then obviously the PTSD and everything. I have type 2 diabetes, borderline at the minute. I have asthma as well.
What were the symptoms before you were diagnosed? Well,
With the adhesions there wasn't. Well, I suppose in a way there was, because before I went in the hospital I was bringing up blood, I was chronic pain, so they were some of the symptoms, and then I got taken in.
Emergency surgery.
Yeah, and then the other symptoms, kind of chain reaction, followed that suit, didn't they? So, because I was ill, you get
blood clots.
Yeah, I had blood clots in my lungs, PE. That was after the hysterectomy. That was really scary. Yeah.
Which has probably not helped at all with your PTSD.
No. Yeah, the PTSD came from having the surgery in 2007. That's how it started.
Terrible. How does your condition affect you physically and mentally?
So physically, good days are bad days, a bit like everyone. When I'm having a bad day, I have lots of spasms. I'll stay in bed. I'll get really cold. My bladder will play up majorly. Sometimes I can't have bowel movements because it won't work properly. And also, if I'm having a medium day, or normal day as I call it, I can do a little bit of walking, but I can also spasm a lot, and I have to stop, go. So I drive a mobility scooter to get out and about, or hubby takes me out, or mum takes me out. I use different aids to help me. So like if we're going on the truck with hubby, I've got this handle thing that I've done a review on, that goes where the door latch goes, and that helps me majorly to get in and out of the car.
Isn't it?
Yeah, I use that all the time. I try and use a stick, but I don't so much anymore because I was involved in a car accident and I fractured my thumb. There you go, another problem, and it causes a lot of pain. So using a stick, it hurts my thumb and it feels like it's going to pop out.
Was that when you had your carpal tunnel?
That was
surgery.
just after I had carpal tunnel, which is
Which
another
is why
surgery.
it made it so bad.
Yeah, and that's why it was so bad. So yeah, I struggle using a stick.
And then adhesions go berserk there as well.
Yeah. So yeah, other aids, I use aids inside the home, like a shower chair because I spasm having a shower.
She falls over, really hurts herself.
Yeah, I've been in the hospital a few times because I've fallen over, hit my back or neck on the taps. So we've now got a shower chair inside and a toilet frame because when I do have bowel movement I get stuck on the toilet and you sit there for ages rocking trying to get up. So that's another problem in itself.
A lot of problems.
So I do use lots of different aids around home. I've got perching stool and just different things to try and help myself.
You've got a thing for your tablets, which I want.
Yeah, my pill popper.
Brilliant.
With this, you know, this is part of the reason why I did Rarars Adventures, share things that can help others, that are helping me, that might help other people.
Which I guess helps you mentally.
Yeah.
What are your managing tips to help you better manage your condition?
Managing tips, I use a heat blanket a lot, like Lily every night, because that helps relax my muscles. I'm not saying it'll work for everyone. For me, it helps relax my muscles, because I can't take a lot of medication, painkiller wise, because I've got a cyst in my bile duct.
Yeah, that's something else you didn't list.
Yeah, I've also had my gallbladder out, which when they found a cyst in my bile duct, that can turn cancerous, so they have to monitor it.
And that was caused by your medication.
And that was caused by medication, hence why I don't like to take too much painkillers. But I'm still on like 15 tablets a day. But it's less than what I was on. It was going up to 30, so including Oromorph and stuff like that. So I have cut down quite a bit, but it is. Other managing tips.
You do any mindfulness or anything like that?
Not
I don't
really,
get on with that, no.
If I'm having lots of panic attacks, because sometimes when I go out in public I have panic attacks, I use my watch. It's got a breathing technique, so you do 10 in, 10 out breathing. That helps loads. I use that a lot. So that does help. Other managing techniques, don't be afraid to ask for help. I ask for help now, whereas before I wouldn't, because I felt like a burden or they've got too much on their plate, why should they help me type thing.
Yes.
But now I'm like, no, I need help, I can't do it. So
I remember
I ask for help.
You used to get really, really low.
Yeah. Hubby has to help me get dressed and undressed because I physically can't do it.
He's a rock, isn't he?
He is amazing. He is such a diamond. And, you know, just ask for support when you need it.
Exactly. What would you advise from your own experience for people who feel they may have your condition?
Well, some people may have it. It depends which condition you want to talk about, but main one.
You have so many.
So if you feel like you have any problem or illness, go get professional help. Go talk to your doctor. Go talk to a pharmacy. Go talk to someone. Don't just bottle it up and go, oh, it's just a bad day. Go out, seek out, get the help, because you might be able to get a bit of relief, you might not, but sometimes just knowing what's wrong can help. Knowing that there is something there, or not, or finding out that actually it wasn't your worst case scenario, it's just a little infection, a couple of tablets and it makes it better. But seek out, get the help.
Yes, very good advice. Is there anything you'd like to share from your experience that you feel may help others living with the same or similar conditions?
So, for me, I've been ill since 2007. It took me a long time to get where I am now, for acceptance and that. And don't get me wrong, I fight with this still every day. but this is why I started my Rarars Adventures, because I wanted to help other people like me who are ill and struggling and beating themselves up, feeling like there is nothing left to live for. And so I found a focus to work on, which I do. As you see, I do my product reviews, interviews, and try and spread awareness. Try and find something that you can focus on that can help you mentally and physically. I try and go down the beach every day because that helps me mentally, but don't just like, even though I fight with it every day, I hit that brick wall and it's pushing myself to carry on. Some days I can, some days I struggle and I don't. Sometimes I go, no, stand in bed today, can't handle it, I'm going to play PlayStation, I don't care. But
good for you.
sometimes
you need to do
I
that,
don't.
You?
Yeah, so don't give up on yourself, believe in yourself.
So did you find you had like a grieving process for the life you had before? Because you were so young.
Still do in some respects, but yeah, it is kind of acceptance of, before I got ill I used to do loads of bike riding, I used to do really active, really busy, active, doing care work, training to be a nurse, and overnight literally I lost all that, everything, and that hence why it took me so long to get where I am now.
You were ultra fit, weren't you?
Yeah.
And very active.
And you do go through that process like, well, what do I do now? I can't do what I did, so, you know, and you put weight on and you feel like a burden. You've got to learn that it's okay to ask for help. You've got to learn that it's okay to keep going back to the doctors because you do have a problem and it does need sorting. And yeah, you lose people along the way. Some people do, some people don't, but I did. All them friends that you thought you had just disintegrate because
still
they
got
don't.
some, haven't you? That stuck
Yeah,
by
I've still
you.
got some
disappeared
but a lot of them
went.
Like, you've got an illness, they will know you can't do this, you can't do that. But you've got the ones who stand by you, and that's when you learn who your real friends and family are.
Exactly.
So, but you've got to stay positive and keep fighting for you because you're worth it.
That's right, you've got to look after number one.
Yeah.
What is the one positive thing you can share that you have learnt since living with your condition?
Positive, well for me, through my Rarars Adventures, that's my positive thing that's come out for this. I would never have done it before, would I?
We wouldn't have needed to.
No. So that is my one positive. Being able to try and help others feel better and live better and get more support is my one positive.
And it's getting busy now, so it's taking up more of your time.
Yeah.
And it's well worth
your
time. Anything else you'd like to add?
No. No.
So you see, Tara has a lot of problems, and I think you're amazing.
Oh, thanks.
And I mean that. I know I'm biased, but I think you're an inspiration to others.
Yeah.
Because you're so strong. Well, you come across as so strong.
Yeah.
I know you get low and everything, but you are an inspiration.
Yeah.
So, hope you've enjoyed listening to Tara.
Now you know a little bit more about me.
Yes.
It's not just all happy smiles.
So you know now if she looks grumpy, you've got a pretty good idea what's going on.
Yeah.
But you just push through, don't you?
Try to, yeah.
Yes. Sometimes it leaks through.
Yeah.
You do, literally.
Literally.
So, thanks for taking the time out to share your conditions and helping spread awareness.
That's alright.
And it'd be interesting to hear some feedback. I mean, there must be other people that have got this same over keen adhesion thing going on.
Yeah.
Adhesions, I've got adhesions.
Yeah.
But I know
overactive adhesions.
Overactive, that's the word. And mine caused me problems. I just went to one of these swimming exercise classes, and when you hop up and down, do star jumps in the water, that was it. I couldn't go anymore because I pulled so many adhesions.
Like
well, I can't do that. No.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good at them in the first place.
I can't stretch much now.
No. If you'd like to do an interview with Rarars Adventures, spread awareness, help spread awareness of different conditions, or if you've got the same condition, you know, we can do an interview. Or,
yeah, just contact me at rararsadventures@gmail.com. I will leave the link down below, or you can go onto my website and there is a contact form there. And you can either do it live or pre-recording, depending where you live.
Yes.
If you would like to share but you don't want your identity shown, we may be able to sort that out as well.
Yes. Yes. Brilliant.
So I think that's it.
Okay, well, thanks very much for letting us interview you, Tara.
Thanks. And thank you for joining us today. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and hit the notification bell.
Yes.
We'll see you soon. Lots of love. Bye.
Bye.